everybody. It's Heather.
Hey, Heather.
Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, it's Don.
Good morning,
Susan
Mr.
Patuta.
Pineda. Susan Patuta.
Hi, Susan.
Good morning, everybody.
I hope you're
Shout
riding
out,
your bike
shout
while you're on this call. Good morning. Susan, are you out riding your bike while you're on the call?
I just got to my bike, okay? Thank you, yes.
Good deal. And we're going to win the team challenge, by the way, everybody on this call.
That's right.
Awesome. I hope you do. You will.
That's because all of you will be voting for us, okay?
Exactly right.
Well,
Multiple times.
if you give me your link, I'll push it out to my network.
Well, the name of our team is Our Time.
Cool.
Right.
Well, when you're ready and
Good
you've got
morning,
the...
Amanda.
Hey, good morning.
Well, actually, I guess it's good afternoon to you.
Yes, it's 3 p.m. here.
Well, guys, if there's anybody, part of your team that you expected to be on the call or you want them on the call, if you haven't already done so and you haven't heard them, please send them a very quick text message. I will start the recording here. So I'll be back to you in about 20 seconds, and then we'll jump into topics for today. And as always, remember, this is an interactive call. If there are things that you believe pertain to the entire group, we definitely want you bringing those topics up. And then if there's anything that's more of a specific thing for you, then please reach out to us individually, and we will help get that resolved or whatever it is. So just 1 minute, I'll start the recording, and quick 10 seconds, try to get anybody else on the call. Amanda, how did the tour go over there? This is Lori Harris.
Hi, Laurie. Sorry, how was what?
How did the tour go with Nick and Jason?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Went up there on Saturday, and they had to put in about 4 more rows of chairs.
This conference is being recorded.
So it was pretty cool. We had quite a few of the team up there.
Yeah, I saw a picture. It looked like standing room only. That's awesome.
It wasn't just standing room only. They almost had to push them out the room because it was so full.
Wow. That's fantastic.
It was cool.
Good morning, everybody. I just got the recording started. Today is Monday, July 29th, and this is our Monday morning leadership call, national directors and above. Thank you guys for taking the time to jump on with us. It has been a whirlwind. I feel like we just got back from Vitality, even though it's been a week, and I hope you all are feeling the momentum that we have right now. There are so many pockets of our business. I shouldn't even call them pockets because it's the majority. The majority of our business right now is back in a full swing momentum, making phone calls they otherwise were not making, having the belief and the vision of where the company's going that gives them the courage to maybe reach out to a stranger that they're standing next to in the line and simply asking them, hey, have you heard about the 90-day challenge, or do you know anybody that wants to lose 10 pounds? And just from that activity, from the average promoter, the brand new person, maybe a director, that is generating a tremendous amount of activity. And of course, we all know activity equals results. So it's exciting. And I know you guys probably have some examples to share about that. I just want to start the call, and I'm going to turn it over to Alan. But I want to start the call by telling you guys we had Auto World's largest challenge party last night in Jacksonville, Florida. And, Jacksonville was one of the original markets that started because Mike Craig, obviously being one of the original promoters when the 90-day challenge was launched, and living here in Jacksonville, he shared this with a lot of his connections here, including us. We just weren't open, so of course we missed that first 16 months, unfortunately. But it really grew quickly in Jacksonville, and statistically, I believe that Jacksonville still has more ambassadors in this area than any other single city in our entire network, whether it be UK, whether it's Canada, whether it's the US. Jacksonville, I believe, has somewhere over 40 ambassadors just in this one city. So it's amazing to see, once it was so on fire for a couple years, and then as people do, they start to feel like, oh, I've talked to everybody, and, and then, of course, a lot of the ambassadors, their businesses had reached way outside of Jacksonville, and we started to see, over the last year, we started to see the attendance dropping down, so that we would go to a group challenge party, and maybe there was only, 80 people, which sounds like a lot, but when you were going to them and there was, 200 or 300, you could tell the numbers were way, way down. Well, last night, that has swung back in Jacksonville's favor, this area. You can tell this team is literally renewed and on fire. And we walked into a room that was, it was a 300 capacity room that we believe had somewhere between 500 to 600 people. It was packed. I mean, people were lined up along the walls. They had to ask all the national directors and above to actually leave the room just so that the new people could have a place to sit with their guests, which is always a great thing. But it was just really exciting to see a group that had really shrunk from belief to all of a sudden. It's obviously not that Jacksonville had run out of people. People are so quick to say, oh, everybody's heard of it in this area. And you and I both know that is so not true. People can make themselves believe that. Well, last night they proved that I guess that everybody in this area hasn't heard about it because it was packed. And I bet you at least a third of the room was guests. So super, super exciting. We definitely want to hear from some of you all with your world's largest challenge parties, just to hear the excitement and the momentum and what's happening there. So if anybody wants to chime in on one of their locations and the results.
I'll chime in. This is Lori. We had a great challenge party at the world's largest in Tampa, and we had, I'd say, about 150 people there. It was awesome to start and see Donna White. I know she was there for her mom and great reasons, but to have her there was just awesome, and her team there. And we had some promoters that didn't make it to Vitality, and I can tell you, Michelle Curtis told me their feedback. They were so fired up, and one of them made a comment that, you can read all about this, but when you hear it, it's just so different. So that was super exciting for us. Kevin Lattimore was there. Freddie Malero was there. Of course, Scott Travis. There were several Melanie Melitics. And I'll just tell you, the flow was great. The energy was just awesome. So Kevin got my contact information and said, look, we're going to start having some gatherings, and we're going to really blow this area up. And there's some rumor that we might have a regional in Tampa. So anyway, I know that we'll be ready for it, but it was awesome. So I'm excited about it.
Thanks, Lori. I love hearing that. Love, love, love it. Anybody else who has a world's largest challenge party if they want to chime in?
Just one thing. This is Amanda in the UK. The challenge party that you were saying they had to kick the NDs and above out the room. We had our ND training prior to the challenge party, and we were all told to stand up, and they did make us all leave the room so that all the people coming for the challenge party could sit down, and there was a handful of seats left even after they'd added several rows of seats, not just to the back but to the front as well, so you were almost in Nick's lap when he was speaking. So actually seeing an awful lot of new people there was really very powerful, and even those that had seen it a million times before have gone away engaged. And I'm looking at the stuff that's gone in, and we've got quite a lot of stuff in the pipeline, but just new customers coming on board already from not only going to Vitality, which was amazing, but also just that party there. It really does fire people up if you can get them to go, and that's the hard part. So if any of you do have that problem, put them in the car. If you can drive them there, you're much better off than hoping that they're going to turn up.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great advice, Amanda. We always try to scoop somebody up if we can. But but I love hearing that because a lot of folks were not able to make it from the UK to Vitality just because of the expense, and so many of them don't have the belief yet. They're excited, but they haven't been doing it long enough to really understand that this is a real shot at becoming financially free and helping a tremendous amount of people, not just making money, but helping them feel better and look better. And some of them obviously don't get it yet because they just hadn't seen the bigger picture. So I'm excited to hear. I was so thrilled when Nick and Jason said they were going to be there doing that tour. And as you guys know, dig deep within relationships because we obviously did not know Amanda 6 months ago.
No.
We were very close with Rob and Becky Benix in Orlando, and Becky had worked for Phil Peachy. Phil Peachy had lived in the UK. So, now because of that, it stems this giant group because Amanda has a tremendous amount of influence, as do many of her co-workers and leaders. And so continue to dig, and obviously not just in the UK. I know it's exciting. Everybody wants to have someone over there. But continue with who do you know in Virginia? Who do you know in North Carolina? Who do you know continue to reach out and let your business, grow. And I promise you, you will get a piece of Europe because everyone has someone that knows someone over there. So just continue to reach out. Thanks for that update, Amanda. Anyone else want to make a comment on their world's largest challenge party?
Hey, Heather, this is Becky. Orlando was fantastic. We had several new ambassadors that were in the mix, so it was nice to see new faces and hear new stories. We didn't have a big enough room, so we had to open up the air wall again, as seems to what always happens with Orlando, which is a fantastic problem to have. And just had a lot of people standing. It was fantastic. It really was. It was a great event. Jordan De La Cruz is a new 3-star in the area, and Evan Klaus is a 2-star. So we had some new stories, which was great. Overall, a phenomenal event. People were very excited. It was all good. Just really motivating.
Awesome, Becky. Thank you. I heard that Orlando was pretty crazy awesome, too. So, and you're right. News stories are always just super encouraging just so you know that other folks are moving through the ranks. So, great to hear. Anybody else?
Hey, Heather, this is Danita.
Hey, Danita.
We had a great party in Coleman, Alabama, and this is a fairly new market. It's smaller than the areas that all of you are talking about. So, our party wasn't as large, but we were super excited. There was a lot of good stories, and we had several people that were there. We had some customers that were there and that are thinking about upgrading to promoters. And then we had some $49 promoters there that are going to upgrade to the executives. So I feel like we've had great success, a lot of great stories, and a lot of momentum going.
Awesome. Thanks, Danita. Yep, in the smaller markets, it was really important that people, if they could make it to a larger market and live close by, that's great. But it was very important that leaders were also there for the smaller areas because that's how it all starts. It starts with, 5 or 6 people in a living room, and it just grows from there. So that's great here.
I would say, I didn't count how many were there, but I would say there were 50 probably. I'm not good at guessing.
Gosh.
And which that's great for the small area. So, we're very, very, very pleased.
Well, and people have to understand, 50 people, that's probably, about a quarter of the town?
No, Coleman is larger than where I live. But, but now where I live, that would be.
No, I was teasing that, but that's amazing because it's a very small market, really just getting going. So I love hearing that. That means our message is working, you guys, and it means all of you have done a great job at telling people you've got to be there, you've got to see this, and the things that you've been posting, and we're definitely getting people's attention. So, huge congrats to all of you. Anybody else real quick want to comment on a party?
Well, this is Chanel, and of course, I know our market had just about died in the Hattiesburg market, and especially with Lana leaving, we have not had a party there since. So we didn't really know what to expect, but we did have 35. Of course, we've got another team that chimed in with us, and we even had a few that came off the Gulf Coast and Bob Beardsley's team. But the excitement level was there. We had, I'm going to probably say out of that 35, 10 or so were new people. David Freeman had 2 different couples that were guests. And, we had, as usual, I left the other team doing technology, and we had our little glitch again, but it got to working, and the party got moving. But the training on the end was really, really good. Got a lot of good feedback from that. So we're excited just to get the ball rolling again.
Oh, yeah, I am too, Janelle, because like you said, that market had just about kind of gone down to, markets will fluctuate. If people don't continue to grow, and the markets will fluctuate. So that's great to hear, especially the fact that 1/3 of the folks there were guests. So that's fantastic. Anybody on the line from Chicago?
Yeah, it's Connie, Heather.
Hi, Connie.
How are you?
I'm good.
It was a great challenge party out here in Chicago. We had a really good turnout considering our party was at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So I was excited about how many people came out for the party. And coming off of that, we had a lot of activity this weekend. I think I posted in the Gazino Facebook page, just between Vitality and the excitement from World's Largest Challenge Party. We have a lot of excited people. There was some slight confusion in the 3-for-3 training as to how you get your buy crunch for free. So I kind of wanted to just let everybody know that I called Vitalis because I wanted to be sure and make sure that the team knew exactly how to do it. And so the great customer service representative and leadership support walked me through it, and he said, because there was some, like I said, there was some confusion as to whether you go to BuyCrunch.com or if you can do it through your computer or if you have to do it through your phone. And the biggest thing is you just place an order today. Make sure that when you're placing your order today that you realize that you have to get 3 times that volume, just like with the shake. But the biggest thing is when you click place an order today, you're placing your order so you'll get that July volume, but you also have to click on add to my auto ship so that you get your product for free in September. Your August you will pay for because that's going to ship August 26th, and then September, if you become a serial entrepreneur, your September shipment will be free, but you have to have that on auto ship or you won't be getting any product for free.
Hey, Connie, thank you for bringing that up. That's a great transition into our next topic. And just so we're clear, and I'm going to have somebody who's actually already qualified as a serial entrepreneur to share with us. But what I did just a couple days ago is I went into my back office and I placed an order and I selected the Crunch Combo 4 weeks for $99, and I clicked the little box that I wanted it on auto ship. And again, try not to overthink it because we actually already understand how this works. We've been doing this for 2 years, and so nothing has really changed. In order, like Connie said, in order to get it for free, you have to have 3 other people on a challenge kit that also click the combo pack of the $99, and yours will come. So I just bought my first one, just like I bought my first auto ship. I bought my first one, but mine coming from me. At the end of this month, if I have 3 people who have done the same thing and their volume's at least 3 times mine, I have now qualified for my crunch to come for free for my August shipment. And I chose the 19th for my auto ship because I know I'm going to get my crunch. You're probably going to end up with 2 batches of it. You're buying July's crunch, and then you're going to get it for free in the month of August. But I think that's going to be great because there's going to be so many people that are going to want to taste it that maybe haven't, so you're probably going to need a little extra on hand anyway. But again, a huge congratulations. Susan Patuda, I think, was the first person on our team to become a serial entrepreneur. So Susan, tell everybody, how did you get it done?
Well, basically, coming out of Vitality, I was fired up like everybody else. And Sunday night, I went home and started calling customers that are actually still active for me. And because I was already, sky high, the intensity that is, Fatuda, it was hard for them to resist going ahead and ordering the crunch. So the mistake I made, and I learned this by also speaking to customer services, my people added them all to their auto ships, but that didn't qualify me as a serial entrepreneur. They had to place an order outside the auto ship for July. So I had to call everybody back and have them do a single order.
Wow.
And that was actually harder than getting them to add it to their auto ship. But it was just a matter of working the phones. In fact, I'm excited. I had my fifth person text me this morning to say that they need help from me. They decided that they too want to order the cereal.
Okay, Susan, so I want to make sure that, because I think you and Connie said the same thing, but I think you said it two different ways. So I just want to make sure we're clear on this. And if I have to get additional clarity, I will. I think everybody on this call knows that there have been times that we've called customer service, and although they're extremely polite and absolutely amazing 90% of the time, occasionally they do get something a little twisted, and we have to go to more of a supervisor level to get the correct answer, and then they will make sure customer service doesn't make that mistake again. But so I want to make sure, and Susan, I know that you have qualified for it, and you're on the list showing that you've qualified for it, so I want to make sure that we're clear. What you're saying is, like, when I went into my back office, I actually clicked on place an order, and I clicked on the Vi-Crunch combo for $99, and then it had the little box next to it that said add it to my auto ship, which I did, and then I submitted, and I was charged the $99 plus my standard free shipping. There was no shipping, obviously, and then it asked me if I wanted to keep the volume or give the volume away, which right now I chose to keep the volume. Of course, at the end of the month, I might find out to give it to somebody to help someone get across the line, but I know that I purchased it because it charged me and I got to see it. Susan, do you think I did that correctly?
Yes. What some of my people did was they just went to their auto ship and clicked and added it to their auto ship because it is one of the items you can buy.
Absolutely. Okay, so we need to make it so we want to make sure everybody's clear on the call. We don't need people to go in and modify their auto ship because obviously today is the 29th. Yeah, so auto ships are already gone. So anything someone does to their auto ship right now, they're changing August status. They're not doing anything for July. So we want to make sure people go in and place an order, not change their auto ship, but place an order, choose what they want, and then check the box just to the right, add to my auto ship, so that it not only orders it for right now, for July, but it changes the status for August.
That's correct. Also, if somebody is reactivating, that because the next step I did was then call customers that were no longer active. And, you click on the Vi-Crunch, and it says, great, first you have to start by ordering a kit. Which kit would you like to order?
Perfect.
So it does walk them through.
Perfect. Okay, good. Well, thank you. So if anybody does have any questions, please let us know. I'll tell you, the one thing that I am not 100% on, and maybe one of you can clarify this for me if you know, I left Vitality in my notes and what I heard on stage and 4 or 5 different times throughout the meeting, that this promotion for free shipping would end at the end of July. And so it was our job to go out over the next 10 or 12 days and get everyone to take advantage of the free shipping. But last night when I was at the world's largest challenge party and we were watching after the new, I think it was on the new video. Or maybe it was, I don't know if it was on the new video, or if it, and I want to hear you guys' feedback about the new video. I don't know if it was the new video, or if it was afterwards when we played the clips where Blake Mallon is on stage and he's explaining the Vi-Crunch and all the details. At some point, I heard something that contradicted that said, guys, you have through the end of next month for free shipping. It made me feel like they'd extended it through the month of August. Did anyone else hear that or feel that, or is it just the end of July?
I heard that too. And I want to ask one more thing. When we purchased our Vicrunch at Vitality on my phone, and I'm looking at my back office and it's showing it, that counts for, it would have just automatically added on, right?
It would have counted as a purchase, but it just depended if it added it to your auto ship. So you might just want to get clarification on that.
Okay. But yes, I did hear that as well.
Heather, can I?
And Heather, this is Connie. Just to clarify, your August won't be your auto ship because the products are shipping out on the 26th. The first time anybody will get their products for free will be September. That will be your September auto ship. Technically,
Connie, I don't think that's accurate. I'll find that out. But the way that it was explained to us is that just like normal, you're going to get 2 shipments in August because you're going to get your July shipment in August and you're going to get your August shipment in August. So you're going to get both of them probably around the 25th, 26th, whenever they start shipping. But the way I'm understanding it is whatever you buy right now in July is pre-order that will come in August when the first shipment goes, and then you've added it to your August auto ship, so it's going to come again.
Will you, is it possible, can you check on that and then maybe talk about it on a team call tonight? Cause
well, you know what, what I will do is I will have that verified before 12 noon with my liaison, who's also the supervisor of liaison. So I'll make sure I verify that with her, and then I will get all that information out to you all via email or text this afternoon, and then we will go over it again tonight on the team call so that we make sure we have it exactly right. Yeah, but I'll get it out to you guys before the team call in case people ask you.
Yeah, because that's exactly opposite of what the leadership support told me.
Yeah. I mean, once again, bless their little hearts, but sometimes they don't understand it the way we do because they're not working it, and sometimes they have to be corrected. So yeah, I'm 99% sure what I'm telling you is accurate. Whatever you order this month is going to come in August, but it's still July's order. You're getting credit for it, and then when you qualify as a serial entrepreneur, as Susan Petita has done, she is now getting her August auto ship plus her Vicrunch, her second order of Vicrunch for free. So I'll make sure we're clear on that.
Can I just make a comment, Heather?
Yes.
Obviously, we haven't got it in the UK yet, but one thing you guys may have missed, and I don't know how many of your team you had at Vitality, but when you put your first Vicrunch order in, you can order up to 10 of every set at the same time. So if you wanted the packs of it rather than the big bag, so you can give samples out to your team so others can try it, that might be a good thing for you to up your orders to get it a head start for next month.
Ooh,
so
I did miss that, Amanda. That's a great point.
Yeah, I bought some of the single serving packets.
Yeah.
You can buy them in a seven single serving instead of the bag.
Okay, fantastic.
So that might be.
I've had people asking me for samples.
And that's when you tell. Now, to somebody that's in the business, I would say, guys, just go get some. I'm not going to buy a bunch of samples. If it's a brand new person, I personally would go for the, hey guys, it's a 90-day money-back results guarantee, and it applies to the kits that you're ordering. But I would say, just try it. You're going to love it. Trust me on this. And I would do everything I could just to get people to order it. So make sure you don't let your team bamboozle you into purchasing samples for them. They should have been at Vitality so they could have tried it themselves.
Yeah, mine was actually a potential customer, but I agree with you there.
Okay.
Now, I have a question. Now, I guess my question is another technical one. I also placed my order for Vicrunch, and I guess it's a separate auto ship, correct? So if I already have, my 3 for free for my shake, and this was the question somebody else asked me, and I was like trying to sort it out in my head. I already got my 3 for free for my shake mix, my regular auto ship. our ViCrunch is technically a separate auto ship. Is that correct?
It can be if you choose a different date, then they're going to come at different times. But the computer is tagging them together during the month of July as well as in the future. So it's seeing it as an add-on.
Okay. Because if we don't get our 3 for free in our ViCrunch for some unknown reason, then that makes our regular auto ship not free either. Correct?
No. If you've already qualified, let's say you're on the Shape Kit, and you've already got 3 customers on the Shape Kit, or you've got at least $300 in orders with at least 3 customers. You're getting the Shape Kit free no matter what. If you add on ViCrunch, you're only paying for ViCrunch.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know, because that's what somebody else asked me, because they were concerned and had a tight budget. So that's all I needed to know.
Okay.
Hey guys, I've been looking over some information while everyone's talking. A couple things that I've seen. I'm looking at the flyer that was handed out at Vitality. That is, Chew Your Challenge with ViCrunch, and it says, let's see, blah 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 blah. In order to get a Crunch combo pack, must have a challenge kit on auto ship in order to order a Crunch combo pack. So you can't even order a Crunch combo pack. You can order Crunch a la carte, but you can't get a Crunch combo pack unless you're on an auto ship. Any order that you place...
Alan, that's not correct, because if you go into your shop on your Vimeo, you can order both. It's on there.
Okay. This says must have a challenge kit order on auto ship to order Crunch combo pack. So that's another thing. Yeah. That's the way it's supposed to be. So we will go through, we'll have to verify that. We'll make a note on that one. And then it says anything that you order in July and August will ship in late August, it says. Then, if you have an auto ship, it will begin shipping in the month of September on your auto ship date. So, hopefully that adds some clarification. Anything you order now, July or August, will ship late August, and then your September order going forward will start shipping on your auto ship date. The other thing here, if you guys go to crunchtime.buy.com, so crunch-time.buy.com, yeah, I think it is dash. Let me double check real quick. Actually, the way I found it was visalis.com/crunch-time. So visalis.com/crunch-time. I don't know. No, crunch.buy.com. Crunch.buy.com, guys, is only the information about the cereal. It's just like going to shake.buy.com. So if you go to crunch.buy.com, you're going to get the same thing as shake.buy.com. It's going to be all the information on the product. If you go to the site that I just gave you for Crunch Time, it gives you all of the details on shipping, how to go 3 for free, all that. So it's all out there. It says, for instance, now through July production, free shipping. So that's where I said, I think it's only the month of July, which we'll verify for free production, for free shipping. It says that specifically on the Crunch Time page. And then it does go into specific details on exactly how to get your Crunch combo pack for free. And it also congratulates on that same page all of the people that have become serial entrepreneurs.
What it may have been is when Blake said that video, it just may have been Blake saying through next month, and he may not have meant it the way that Lori and I have obviously interpreted it, going, wait a minute, have you extended this through August? So it probably is till the end of July. We need to treat it that way so that we have urgency. I can't imagine these people, again, they're marketing masters, and so as you all know as leaders, I don't believe with 3 more days left in the month, they would have already announced, even if they were going to extend it through August, they wouldn't tell everybody right now, because why? Because if they told everybody right now, people wouldn't do it right now. They would wait and think, I've got August, whatever. So it does make sense that we probably heard him wrong, and that it does end, and we need to probably push like crazy, being 99% certain that it will end at the end of July, and then let's just see if for some reason they decide to extend it, a little bit.
I have a question.
Al just said, if you put in crunch.buy.com gives you all the specifics, but when you put in crunch time, no hyphen, just crunchtime.buy.com, it gives you how this works. So just those two websites, crunch.buy.com and then crunchtime.buy.com. I'm pulling it up. I just pulled it up.
Yep, that's it, Lori.
Okay. And Heather and Alan, have they given you guys a timeline on closing production for July?
Becky, repeat that?
Are we closing production on July on the 31st, or have they given us an extension, or do we know yet?
As of right now, I have gotten no notification. Sometimes you guys get them from your liaison faster than I do, but I haven't gotten any notification yet. So right now we have to go with that it ends at midnight, the last day of July, and with the first day in August as the one day for cleanup, as we know we always get. And then, of course, let's see if they end up extending the month.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, so hopefully we bounced around a little bit on that. Hopefully I think we came to some conclusions, and I will make sure it's crystal clear as fast as I possibly can and send that to you all via email, because it'll be way too much information for a text. But I will just bullet point it and keep it easy and make sure we're all really, really clear on that. So moving forward.
Okay, guys, we're going to shift gears then off of that. Just a couple of quick things. Becky, good transition. When does the month close? As you guys all know, we're in the close. I know there's a lot of things that are going on that are super, super exciting. I know Heather and I were really focused on, packing out the event this weekend, as were all of you. Got a lot of people fired up about Vitality. Got a lot of people fired up about Crunch. We want to make sure that we don't lose sight of the fact, with everything happening right now, that we are in the last week of the month. So what that means for us as leaders, as you all know, is we've got to make sure, the first thing I would say in terms of priorities is making sure that we find all waiting rooms. There's nothing worse than having somebody in a waiting room that's about to expire that we didn't know about, or if we've got waiting rooms that we didn't move last month. So this month they have RQV in them. We're going to want to move those things out this month. So as leaders, not only do we have to be going through and identifying all of our waiting rooms, but we also have to make sure that our regional directors are also looking through their groups, digging down in depth, helping people to identify those waiting rooms, and launching contests. The month may be extended. We always have an extra day for cleanup. The 31st is Thursday, which is the end of the week. So it's good timing for people to do whatever they're doing to close their month. If they can get it done this week, it also is the close of the week. So it'll help maximize potentially that weekly paycheck for them. So if there are any waiting rooms, really we're going to be running out of time. If we don't get to that today, that's the number one priority. Make sure we identify the waiting rooms. Contests that are still available are launched today to give people an opportunity to win those contests by Thursday, okay? So that's the first thing that I would say. The second thing that I would say is this. It is all about stars and cars, as you all know. I would be going through and I would be spending a little bit of additional time this month director hunting. And really I would be doing that for two reasons. Reason number one is you've got a lot of people that are fired up coming out of Vitality and coming out of their world's largest challenge party. Now let's put a nice check in their hands. That's my philosophy. Let's find out how close they are to director. Let's help them get over the line, and let's put a nice check in their hands. Okay, the second thing is this. With all of the focus on Crunch, free shipping in July, one thing that we need to remind people of is anything that they order in terms of Crunch, even though it's being shipped in August, any orders placed in July, the volume counts for July. So another great opportunity to drive extra volume into your team and to drive extra volume into different individuals' businesses that are running for director, people that are looking, hey, I need an extra, $300 in order to get over the line and get paid as a director. Great, let's go sell 3 Crunch combo packs, leveraging the free shipping. Let's get those orders in this month and get you the volume. So that would be the second priority, director hunt. And then the last thing is always the green check marks. Let's make sure that we're going through and making sure that those are there. So that's all I have for you on closing this month out, the month of July. I want to move to the next thing, and that is big picture. I know we talked about it before. Vitality is really the culmination of a year's worth of work. I know that Heather and I used to look at, the ViSalus year is really January to December. What did we do in terms of our business? What did we do in terms of breaking ranks? What did we do in terms of our income? But we started to realize, the ViSalus year really isn't January to December. The ViSalus year really is vitality to vitality. So really, we're at the point right now where we're opening up a new year, and Heather and I are treating our business just like that. We're treating it like it's a brand new year. We're building an annual plan for the next year, the next vitality year, okay? So as we sit there and we look, we're thinking, okay, what rank do we want to be by next vitality? In order for us to achieve that rank, how many people do we need to help in our organization between now and next vitality? We're starting to have conversations with some of you, the leaders, and we're asking you those questions. Where do you want to be by vitality next year so we can build that into our plan, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to start managing the year national event to national event to vitality. So we're going to really, really get good at it. It's something that we have not done a very good job of. I think we can definitely get better managing the event cycle. So now as we look at it, if we say, okay, big picture as leaders, because you're all leaders, you're all CEOs of your own business, what is your business going to do over the next 12 months? Then you're going to break it down into, in order to do that over the next 12 months, what is my business going to do over the next 3 to 4 months between now and November at the Atlanta NST? And then what you're going to do is say, okay, well, in order to be here by vitality, here's where I want to be by Atlanta. And in order for me to be here by Atlanta, whatever that rank is, you've got to figure out how many regional directors will it require for you to hit that rank. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back in and we're going to start identifying those regional directors and helping them. It's all about helping them. It's all about, what are their dreams, what are their goals. And just one other thing I mentioned in terms of that, and I know I've heard Nick talk about it at length, I've heard Mike talk about it at length. I think as leaders, once we've hit the regional director position in the BMW qualification, like many of us did, a year ago, 2 years ago, 2 years plus, sometimes we get desensitized to how awesome that is, how absolutely awesome it is to hit that level, get that told you so license plate, walk the stage. I mean, for a brand new director running for RD, that would be like us running for ambassador or a multi-star ambassador. Those people are just excited, just as excited. So, we need to keep that in mind as we build these plans between now and the Atlanta NST. Who wants to hit regional director? Who wants to get, qualified for that BMW bonus? And then what we're going to do is we're going to start getting those names on the board. A couple of you that I've talked to, because I'm just going to emphasize what I mean by putting them on the board. I've already spoken to a couple of you about your plans, where you want to be by Atlanta, what rank you will be. So for some of you, you said, hey, look, I'm an ambassador. You know what? I've got to be one-star ambassador. I'm going to focus on breaking that first ambassador in that first leg. I'm going to get that done between now and Atlanta. I'm going to make sure that that ambassador that I break is a good leader. They can run their team, manage their team, and then over the next 3 to 4 months, before the next NST in the spring, I'm going to break that second ambassador. And I'm going to concentrate for 4 months on breaking the ambassador in the second leg. And then I'll do the same thing between the spring and Vitality. I'm going to break that third ambassador. So in that example, if someone said, hey, look, I'm going to break that first ambassador over the next 4 months, the conversation that we've had has been, okay, great. In order to break that ambassador, how many cars do we need? You know, and if you don't have really anything in a leg, it would be 12 to 15 cars. You know, if you're halfway there in a leg with the volume that you need, then you only need half of the amount of volume. Maybe it's only 70,000 in a leg to break another ambassador. You guys know what we do. We take 70,000 and we divide it by 12.5, the volume required for an RD, and figure out what that number is. How many RDs do we need? Now, if we're going to really, really make this work with this calendar and breaking ranks and doing the things that we need to do, one other thing that we've noticed over the course of the last year as we've run this play, hey, look, we all know it is stars and cars. How many cars do we need to break these ranks? I think the mistake that we've made in certain situations has been when we've gone to the team, let's say, you know, Lori Harris is running for 3-star. I know that. So as Lori looks at her organization, she's got one of her legs. She says, hey, look, I know I can knock an ambassador out in this leg. I need 3 cars. You know, she's building the plans. We're identifying the people, okay, and then we're putting those people on the board as an example. So once we get those names on the board, in the past where we may have fallen short, as we've said to the whole team, who wants to be an RD? And you get like 15 people to come back, me. And we say, okay, great, you know, let's all run to RD. Let's do what we can. We don't want to manage people or be too forceful, but I think we need to be realistic to ourselves and to those people that raise their hands about what it takes to be an RD. And I'll give you an example. We've had people that have raised their hands before and they said, oh, I want this so bad. I want to be an RD. Put me on the list. I'm one of those people. I'm going to knock it out by Atlanta. And then when you circle back around with them, they don't really have anybody on their existing team that is motivated to run to director. They themselves are either not out recruiting or are saying, oh, I've burned through my list, I don't have anybody else. You know, in those situations, we're spinning wheels. You can waste a lot of time working with the wrong people in the wrong places, and it'll never help you hit your goal or anybody else's goal. I think what we did looking back at the first year when we broke ambassador after ambassador after ambassador is we were much more direct in our conversations. When we identified the number of RDs and we put the names on the board, like Mike taught us to do when we were running, we had the difficult conversations with those people. And we said, look, you know, I know how bad you want regional director. It is an awesome, awesome rank to hit. You know, $1,000 to $1,500 in income could be paying for your rent. You get the car bonus. Now it's paying for your car. I mean, you know, the told you so license plate, the story for you and your team, hitting regional director is phenomenal. We built up the RD role, and then we said to them, if you want to do this, here's what we've got to do. And we were very, very realistic with people. We said, look, we've got to have people that are motivated on your team, that want to hit director, that want to hit rising star, and we've got to go to work with them. We've got to be forcing the calendars. We've got to be scheduling the challenge parties. We've got to be helping them fill the challenge parties and close the challenge parties to break director. So that's the first thing we need to do if we're going to hit regional director. The second thing you need to do if you want to hit regional director, if this is your month, you've got to go put 2 or 3 new people in the business. And I think that's something that we haven't pushed. It's something we haven't forced. We got to build it up where they want it so badly. They may be uncomfortable promoting. They may be busy. but they're going to go do the work. Not only are they going to make sure we've got the directors forcing the calendar, and running the play to break the directors, but they're also going to go put 2 or 3 new people in the business in that month when they're running for director. There's 2 or 3 more people that we can work with, that we can run to director. It's 2 or 3 more people in waiting rooms so we can run the big contest at the end of the month, because that's what it takes to break regional directors. That's the right way to do it. And when we break regional directors that way, number 1, it happens. And number 2, those are typically solid regional directors. So I want to make sure that I hit that, because I know those of you that I'm working with, I'm going to use the term, putting the names on the board. We're identifying the number of RDs needed between now and Atlanta, so that the upline leader, put yourself in there, whoever, whether you're ND, PD, whatever, you're the upline leader. How many RDs do you need? We're putting the names on the board, and then we're having the serious conversations, because we're realizing that if those people aren't committed to do the things that we all know need to be done, because we've all broken regional directors, we've hit regional director ourselves, if they're not willing or able to do the things that are necessary, as upline leaders, we're probably better off spending the time in the recruiting bucket, finding the right people that can do that, than spending hours and hours with people that either can't or won't do it. So, things you guys probably already know, but I wanted to throw that out. Does anybody have any comments on that or questions? Concerns? Everybody good?
Alan, this is Don. I think that you hit on an important point that everybody should probably lock into their minds, and that when we run them to regional director, when they hit that level, oftentimes we get them there on rollover volume. And the next month is a very difficult run, so you're right. They absolutely have to bring people into the business to continue on if they want to stay at that level. And I think that's where, at least in my team, I've fallen short by running my regional, working with my regionals to put more people in their team to hold that position.
Yeah, good point, Don. It's all about, it's all about building blocks, and sometimes I know it's great to help somebody get over the line. We will help people get over the line for that RD thing by working with them and, letting them win contests. But I mean, if they're going to fall short the next month, if they've got a lot of that rolling volume, as upline leaders, you need to have that conversation that says, look, we've leveraged the rolling volume, which is a great thing. You've hit the rank. You've gotten the thing that's most beneficial to you, and that is the story. You've hit the rank. You've got the story. Now let's leverage that incredible story, and let's build back that rollover volume, solidify the rank, and begin moving forward. So, great point. Does anybody else have anything on that as far as any other questions about the Vitality year, running Vitality to Vitality, the event cycle? What are our goals? We've got almost 3 stage gates. Where do we want to be by Atlanta? Where do we want to be by the spring NST? Where do we want to be by next Vitality? That which doesn't get planned doesn't get done. So I would highly encourage every single one of you to set your own goals. What's your annual goal? What's your goal for November? What's your goal for the spring? And then what's, of course, your annual goal would be where you want to be by Vitality. I would set those goals. I would get your leaders, the leaders on your team, to do the same. And then what we're going to do from there is we're going to start building out the event cycle into that model. So once you guys have your Vitality goal, once you have your NST sub-goals where you want to be, then we're going to start figuring out where the regionals are, and we're going to start building out the calendar. Group challenge parties in the key markets, followed by LSTs in the key markets, followed by where is the regional that those key markets will all push into rolling into the NST. So more to come on that once we start getting the RST, the Regional Success Tour dates finalized. I know you guys all got the cities. If you don't have them, send us a note. We've got the list of the cities, and there's also cities over in the UK too, so that's going to be big. All right. I've got two other things just very, very quickly to touch on. The first is the ambassadors that are on the call. We're running the influencer series, the influencer events right now. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. What's that? Okay. So if you're an ambassador, let us know. Keep us updated where you are. I want to make sure that you're getting the support that you need with promoting, and also understanding if we get someone, it's time to dig underneath them. It's time to help those people start putting their people through the process. I think sometimes that's overlooked. So that was one thing. And then the last thing was this training. I know we've been getting some requests for additional training. We've got a lot of people that are saying, hey, look, I need to understand this, I need to understand that. We also have a number of people in the UK that have been asking some questions about different things. So I'm going to reach out to some of you individually and talk about what we can do in terms of making sure that the newest people are getting the training that they need in terms of GST and those type of things. So I'll be in touch with you guys. Back to you.
Okay, guys, thanks so much. I know it was a long call. We're going to do our best to skinny these down so that they're never more than 45 minutes max. But there's a lot of information going on, a lot of momentum, and great feedback from all of you all. So have an awesome day. I'll get back to you guys on some of the things that were in question so that we're all super crystal clear. And as always, reach out. Let us know if you have any additional questions, ideas, need help in specific areas, markets that we need to be traveling to, whatever it is. We love you guys. Thanks so much. The call's officially wrapped.
Thanks.
Your conference recording has stopped.